Okay, hi everyone. Okay, today we are going to talk about some of the recent standard decks that we are facing. Okay, first off, we will start with aggro. Of course, start with the fastest one. Okay, so first up is Naya Beast. Okay, judging by the name, okay, is fast, full of 1-2 drops. Okay, so the land base, we have only 20 lands here, so it's quite hard to mana flood, as many will say. Okay, so the key cards I would say is Burning Tree and Frontline Medic. Okay, and of course the one drops are essentials, essential to the first wave of attackers. Okay, so normally this deck with an opening hand of 7, let's say you don't mulligan, is obviously you have 2 wave of attackers. Okay, good players don't always overcommit, because they might just die to Wrath. Okay, so the key cards, Burning Tree and Frontline Medic. Okay, so what's the weakness of this deck? Okay, it's obviously an aggro deck, so you have to win by, I would say, by turn 5 maximum. That's the worst you can go. Okay, hopefully go win by turn 4. Turn 3 can be, you can win by turn 3, but not always win. Opponent will concede by turn 3. Okay, so let's see the sideboard card. Gruul Charm. Okay, to make sure stuff like Restoration Angel can't block. Okay, kill flyers, maybe Lingering Soul. Okay, Boros Charm, mostly used for the indestructible. Okay, so Pacifism for Traktas for that one turn. Okay, Thalia for non-creature deck, or even Reanimator, cause they have to cast some spells to set up their graveyard. Okay, Mark of Mutiny for some blockers, can take the blockers and join the fun. And Fiend Hunter for some maybe mana dogs, or even some irritating permanent, or even the mirror. Okay, so this is Naya Beats. And one off Clan Rampager is actually most of the time I think is used to flip this Mayor, or even act as a combat trick against some blockers. Okay, personally I don't really like this deck. Okay, because it's weak to mass removal, and you can't really restock after that. Okay, next up we will see Black Red Zombie. Okay, we'll go 2 of each lah. That means go 2 aggro, 2 mid range, 2 reanimator, 2 control deck. Okay, this is the one of the latest lists I got online. Okay, it's an old favorite of some zombies fans. Okay, 24 lands is almost the standard. 12 swamps, 4 of each dual land. Okay, if you consider this skill gate as a dual land. So the usual 8-pack zombie. Okay, now with 3 Tragic Sleep, and only 2 Saving Spear as remover. Okay, new tech, Groom Surgeon, 3 off in the main board to actually fight against Naya Beats. Okay, this was the default aggro deck before Beats come in. Okay, and because this deck, okay, does not really block that well against Blitz, of course. Blitz is faster, I guess. Okay, so with the addition of 3 Groom Surgeon and 4 Nighthawk in the main board, you can actually raise or store the board when you are when you are playing Naya Blitz. Okay, the usual Knight of Infamy, Drow Messenger 4 off, Falcon Wrath Aristocrat 4 off, Thundermaw 3, and Hellrider 1. Used to play I think 4 Hellrider. Okay, so slow down a bit, but still have the raw power of Thunder Maw and Falconer Aristocrat. Okay, so the sideboard, additional Swamp for casting to make sure you make your land drop. Okay, probably for the sideboard card of Thunder Maw, and I think it's more towards versus mid-range deck. Okay, and Thomas Script for Reanimator, Duress for Control, non-creature base deck, Pillar of Flame for Mirror, or any other aggro deck, okay, Drag Ball for Planeswalker, Rattleshank for Graveyard also, you can use to destroy artifact such as Witchbane Orb. Okay, so it's a nice top deck after you lost all your creatures and opponent have, let's say, 5 to 6 creatures. Okay, Flames of Firebrand, most likely versus those mana dogs. Okay, Underworld Connection for control matchup. Another Thunder Maw probably side in against mid-range and control matchup. Okay, so this deck has all the raw power. Of course, you need to draw Groom Surgeon and Vampire Nighthawk to fight off those the other aggros deck. And Vampire Nighthawk is a plus and a minus in this deck. Why would I say so? It's quite slow against mid-range and control. Control doesn't treat this as something. And of course this also. Okay. And of course Groom Surgeon doesn't stop Searing Spear. Or non-combat damage. It doesn't stop non-combat damage. Okay. So next we'll be looking at Reanimator. Let's go by Human Reanimator first. There are two types of Reanimator. Okay, first is the Human Reanimator. It's more of a combo deck. Okay, why would I say so? If you people have played this deck or watched this deck in action, it basically ramp up by saying fill out the graveyard ASAP, even faster than the normal Reanimator. Okay, why would I say so? Because this deck has Undercity Informer. Okay, so how does this deck work? Basically, you just get one of each human in the deck, in the graveyard, and get them back using Angel of Glory Rise. Okay, and then you use Fiend Hunter to exile the Angel of Glory Rise, and using the surplus mana from Burning Tree and Emissary. Okay, because it enter the graveyard it enter battlefield from the graveyard, so you have 2 extra mana. Okay, using the 2 extra mana, you sack 2 creatures. Okay, using this. Okay, read this card. Okay, first you sack the Burning Tree, then you sack the Fiend Hunter. Okay, so when Fiend Hunter leaves the battlefield, you get back Angel of Glory Rise, come back from exile. So bringing back Fiend Hunter and Burning Tree. Okay, you have 2 extra mana, and your Fiend Hunter still exile the same Angel. Okay, and you repeat the whole thing, and all this while targeting the opponent. Okay, of course, initially you should target yourself. Not you should, like you may lah, because you need to fill up as many copies of these humans as possible. So the reason for one Harm Master is it doesn't really do anything, okay, other than gain some life, make some moves. You can make infinite moves with this lah. Okay, basically. Okay, so yeah, this is more of a combo piece. Once it go off, basically you win lah. Okay, so the sideboard, Erupt Decay 4 off to fight against Rest in Peace, Centaur Healer against aggro deck, and of course Rocks and Traktas. Basically you just side in all these against aggro deck, such as both that I mentioned earlier. Okay, Lab Maniac is for long games. Okay, I suppose long games. Okay, you just keep tagging yourself. Maybe it's a hedge against Witchbane Orbs. Okay, so basically most of the time game 1 you should win, because it's almost nobody main board graveyard hit, such as Rest in Peace or Thomas Script main board. Okay, so this is a true combo deck, but it's weak to is really weak to all those graveyard head lah, because it's very dependent on graveyard. Okay, next we will see Junk Rights. Another name for it will be Junk Reanimator. This is a very popular deck recently. Okay, so let's see. This is the list I taken off MOCS Finals. Okay, where the guy turn 4 kill. Okay, so the usual lands, 7 1-drops. Okay, so I'm quite surprised that he uses just 2 Mulch. But frankly speaking, Mulch, you don't really want to top that Mulch. I rather top that a Greasy Salvage. Okay, I rather class Greasy Salvage. Okay, to get a creature lah. So when you're Hellbent and you top that Mulch, that means you have drawn a blank card. But not really necessary, because you can actually mulch the Emperor Rights and creatures inside your graveyard. Okay, play Borderland Ranger Centaur Healer instead of the usual Lingering Soul and what's that called, low left throw. Okay, most likely is to make sure you make your land drops or the correct color, and Centaur Healer is to fight against aggro deck lah. Okay, so the usual pairing of Restoration Angel and Traktas, 4 Emperor Rights, 3 Angel of Serenity, and 2 Craterhole Behemoth. From what I see, this is not a true combo deck. Okay, it just try to minimize the casting cost of these creatures by using Emperor Rights. Okay, no matter what you see, no matter what this deck do, it's still a mid-range deck. You still have to go through the combat phase, unless it's not like the previous Human Reanimator. You can actually go off in any phase, any step of the game. Okay, with the Angel of Serenity, it's a Giant Fiend Hunter, which you can exile up to 3 target creature. Okay, you can exile your own and of course opponents, and it's almost a sure win when you reanimate this probably turn 3 or turn 4 against Naya Blades, because they have no more bullets, and you can block any creatures in their deck. Okay, so Orzhov Charm, I like this in the main deck, because most likely it is Doomblade, but you have to pay some life, but life is not a matter, because you can gain a lot from these 7 dudes, and of course 4 more from this Angel. Okay, the sideboard, 3 Deathrite for the mirror. Okay, Tragic Sleep, Ultimate Price, Herald Decay for those aggro deck, even Surveyor Bloodline. Slayer of Wicked is because the deck is prone to Olivia. Okay, so this is a very good card against Olivia. Okay, Acidic Slime against cards like Rest in Peace, Witch May Not. I don't think Witch May Not doesn't matter. Okay, against Mirror, because this is a very mana intensive deck, or even versus any control deck. Okay, Elder Skill Worm, when you reanimate this, you basically win the game against aggro. Okay, so no matter what this deck is called, it's still a mid-range deck for me. That's what I see lah. Okay, the only good points is the Behemoth. With lots of creature, you can actually overkill. Okay, that's the only difference lah between this and the other mid-range deck. Okay, next we will see some mid-range deck. First we will see Junk mid-range, which is also quite popular. Blitz, Reanimator, and Junk mid-range is the 3 pillar of standard now. Okay, I got this list from Z. He's a proto player, and he recently 4-0 with this list. This is quite a unique list. Okay, as you can see, lands are almost the same, identical to most Junk lists. Main board Cremate, concession to graveyard decks. Okay, Tragic Sleep, Arbo Elf, Drag Ball, the usual or his preferred suit of removers. 4 Farseek is the standard, Hunt Master Trapkas Oliver standard, Garruk standard, Bonfire, almost all are standard junk cards. The only difference I see from this list is it doesn't have Liliana of the Veil. Okay, most probably the cards are all good in most situation, so that's why he doesn't want to discard any. Okay, the sideboard Appetite Duress for control matchup, or even Novel 4 off and Ratos Return is for the Spring's Revelation deck. Okay, Ground Seal added protection against graveyard deck. Okay, Pillar of Flame against more aggro deck. Okay, so a standard mid-range deck, nothing more to say about this. Okay, mid-range, there's definition of mid-range is half creature, half removal deck. So this fill the criteria of this deck. Okay, next we will see the blue, white, red. Okay, blue, white, red mid-range. As many people will say, is a blue, white, red flash deck. Okay, this is also quite a unique build. Okay, I will not talk so much about the land base, but rather the way this deck operates. Okay, so this deck operates by playing fresh card, Snapcaster, Restoration Angel, Revelation, or even counter spell like Exact Charm. And some of the time it's not a counter spell lah, it's a hedge against Mana Flood. Okay, so Azorius Charm to buy some time. Okay, the key point of this deck is the Boros Reckoner. Okay, it can win any creature, and of course with a small combo element of Venomous Act. Although most of the people have switched to the card, what's that card? The Exile Graveyard one. Okay, whatever. Okay, so Boros Charm, mostly used for the burn, 4 to target player and snap Boros Charm. Okay, so this is essential a tempo deck with lots of burn spell. Okay, this is a standard mid-range lah, blue white red mid-range deck, flash deck if you would say. Okay, the sideboard 3 rest in peace for Reanimator. Okay, the Argo of Bolas with the rest of the spells. The Argo is there to make sure you can get more value. Okay, Guys of Centrath against control decks, or even Mirror. Okay, Assemble against control, Psychic Spiral also against control, those with drown out decks. Okay, so that's all I have to say about this deck. Okay, there's another version of using this color, and it's a very interesting version. Okay, using almost the same cards, but omit the Boros Reckoner. Okay, it's a more controlling version. I would say that this is a blue white red control deck. Okay, although they use the same creature other than Reckoner, you can see the spells they use: Essence Scatter, Counter Flux, Supreme Verdict main board. Okay, even Rewind, there are 6 counter spell. Okay, more than the usual 4 or 5 counter spell in most deck. Okay, then Searing Spear, Healer, Azorius Charm, all are control card basically. They are using it as a defensive measure instead of going for the hit. Okay, Desolated Lighthouse is for filtering, and of course this deck aims to control until this deck lands Assemble a Legion. It plays 2 off, that means it's sort of a control plus assemble deck. Okay, so sideboard Thomas Script Purify the Grave for Reanimator, Dispel Negate Jace, even Fury for control matchup detention spear also, Ezek Charm, Ezek Static Caster Supreme Verdict for mid-range for creatures deck. Okay, Aurelius Fury, Aurelius War Leader, okay, is for the mid-range deck most likely, or even control to speed up the beat down. Okay, this is more than a control deck than the previous white red flash. Okay, lastly I want to show this deck. I've been building this deck before the start when RTR was reviewed was spoiled. So I'm quite proud of this deck, and of course along the way I improved along with some ideas from online, taken from online from Red Duke. Okay, so now it has evolved into this kind of deck. Okay, so basically I still keep the Elixir of Mortality. It's used to shuffle my whole deck, I mean cycle my whole deck. Okay, the cards are most self-explained. Okay, the reason I play 4 Terminus instead of more Supreme Verdict because I like instant wrath. And if you miracle this when in a mid game, you can actually cast a Jace or a Tamiyo or a Traktas and try to take over from there. Okay, it's just like a time walk. Okay, so lands I like is the Refuge. Okay, because I can cast anything instantly. Example, Detention Spear, the Supreme Verdict, Traktas for mid-combat block. Okay, these spear Supreme Verdict terminus against Reanimator when they try to injure. Okay, this deck is weak against Blitz, most likely, when I don't draw any of the Azorius Charm, D-Spear or even Miracle Terminus. Okay, but other sideboard is quite of a bliss. Okay, because I have Blind Obedience, Rocks, and more Supreme Verdict for the Blitz deck. Okay, the Dispel, Negate, Jace, Curse of Echo, even Witchbane Orb is against decks like Esper. Okay, control deck, or even the blue white red deck that plays Sphinx Revelation. Okay, I think neither is for those mid-range deck, namely Ulfran or even other planeswalker like Lily, Vaskra, Garruk, etc. Area of Revelation for Mirror or any decks with enchantment. Okay, example the Spear or even Assemble a Legion. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any deck to feature, please let me know. If you have any question, okay, feel free to ask. And pardon my English. Okay, and of course I have not rehearsed this whole recording, so it's much of an impromptu. I will say what comes to my mind. Okay, there are a few more decks in standard, and hopefully you know how to combat them using your decks, your preferred decks lah. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching.